This is a quick vlog on a protest that I went last Friday in Carbondale after we found out the verdict for Breonna Taylor. It's the thought of any of my Black friends, any of these violence and homicide could happen to any of my Black friends, my Black colleagues, my Black instructors. And I don't want to start being an activist or proactive in this matter if something horrible like that happened to one of the people that I love. Like, it's really hard not to be emotional. I'm sorry. As an international student and a minority here in the US, it is pretty scary thinking to be involved with a movement like this outside of the social media domain. However, I no longer have a choice because police brutality, racism, discrimination, racial injustice. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Nisa, Fareeha, and on this channel we talk about conscious living, sustainable fashion, and trying to be a better human for the sake of the people, environment, and our planet. If you're into that, don't forget to subscribe, and please do hit the like button because the algorithm would definitely appreciate it. Here is my experience protesting for the first time, and it is for the Black Lives Matter movement. So these are my protest signs. It looks pathetic, but it is my first time, so I'm not gonna be too upset about it. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I don't know if I'm gonna record this. I don't know if I'm gonna record the protest the whole way. I don't think that will be appropriate. But we'll see. It's been a very emotional week, you know. She's holding my pathetic sign. Homemade sign, and this is mine. And I don't have other long sleeves, so I'm wearing. This is our first protest, and I wish I dressed more appropriately, but I really don't have other long sleeve. Are you ready?
Yeah. No.
No?
I don't know. It's like I don't know.
It's not a trick question, Mia.
It is. Like, are you really ready for a protest?
You're right. I don't know. We'll find out soon.
Exactly. When
the first journalist approached and asked us why we were here, there was so much emotions. I've always known that I was very angry and passionate about this movement, but I didn't realize how the depth of my sadness and my frustration when the journalist approached and asked me why I was there, and of course asked Mia as well. And the experience when we start marching, you know, it was very nerve-wracking, but it was a good peaceful protest. I felt the unity, the energy, and when we say Black Lives Matter, it's just I got choked up, and when we say Breonna Taylor, I behind my mask, I was trying so hard not to cry. It's just, I feel like everybody had this universal pain for her and the victims before her and the victims that we don't even know, that the media doesn't even get to cover. After the protests, there was some speeches, a prayer, I think from a reverend, I'm not too sure. It was great. And after the speech, we kind of lined up by the streets. It was getting dark. But, when we scream Black Lives Matter and Breonna Taylor, it feels so great to have like some cars, honking for support. And I do have to say that I don't expect some of these cars, like trucks. If you live in a small town or somewhere in America, you would know that we have this stereotypical thing when it comes to people who drives big trucks. So yeah, when we saw like a couple of trucks, I thought like they wouldn't even care, but they did. They honked for support. You see people cheering and all this kind of stuff, but at the same time, you also still see people who wouldn't even look at us, tried to ignore us, pulled up their window, not really caring, which is like, well, it's not fine, but it is what it is. It's great to see that there is unity within the community, and I would like to say that my first peaceful protest definitely inspired me to take more action, to be more aware, and to be more committed to be an ally and an anti-racist. For my Malaysians audience out there, racism doesn't just happen in the US, it also happens at our home, and it's not enough for us to be not a racist. We should be an anti-racist. As a Malay woman, I don't experience racism in Malaysia, but I've seen so many racism in Malaysia, and I feel like as the youth, we really need to step up our game. We really need to speak out about it, be aware of this matter, because it is very dangerous. It's incredibly dangerous. Talk to your parents about it. Talk to your grandparents about it. And I know a lot of people think like, oh, they're old, they would never want to learn anything new or whatsoever, but I had this conversation with my grandmother, and I had conversations with people, my elder, really understanding and building a bridge and just make them understand that skin color doesn't define anything. We're just humans. We're all humans living on the planet Earth. Yeah, I hope this video won't be too rambling, but yeah. I also made my own signs. I made 2 signs, one for Mia and one for me, because Mia was busy with work before the protest. It was kind of pathetic, but photographers took pictures of it. I'm glad that my signs were appreciated. Like, I still think it's pathetic. I could have done better, but yeah, it was definitely my first time. Very nervous. You see a lot of things in the news, and there's so much violence, and looters, and some police don't even, it's just crazy out there. So yeah, prior to the protest, I was very nervous because anything can happen. I didn't want any violence to start, all that kind of stuff. If you are an international student like me and you want to attend to a protest, make sure that you are with people that you can rely on and that is there to have your back in case anything crazy happens. Please be alert. If you think there's like some violence would occur, leave. Especially as an international student, leave. Listen to the cops. I know we're not the biggest fan of the cops, but listen to them. Know your rights. In the future, I would love to attend to more protests. The only thing that's holding me back is, of course, the fear of my visa being revoked, the fear of police brutality, and also my health and my well-being. This first experience was very valuable to me. I know what my body can handle and I know what to expect. And I know that there's hope. I like to think there's hope in people. And the system that we have right now in the US no longer works. It's damaging, it's violent, and it's dangerous.